I hurt my thing. It's the pass.
Man, you hurt your thing?
That's right, man. It's injury report day on the pass. I wasn't going to just single out one guy, so something got hurt.
Very true. We are talking about injury reports, and there's some substantial injuries that happened in this past week. We're going to kick things off with Stephen Tulloch. Maybe his ACL. That's the questionable injury. A lot of people are saying it's his back, but the way he landed on his leg, it's very different. And Obi-Ron, you had some inside info from the duty follow.
You know, I had found this guy. His name is David J. Chow, MD, and he calls himself the Monday Morning MD.
Dr. Chow Chow.
Dr. Chow. And he worked for the Chargers organization for 17 years, and one of the things he did was he would evaluate game tape and look at the mechanisms of injuries and then give a report back to the team. And I tell you, I've been following him for a little while now. He has been 100% spot on, and he says he looks at the mechanism of this injury vis-a-vis what moved and in what way, and he says for sure it's an ACL.
I mean, the way he lands on his leg, it definitely rings that it's an ACL. But to note, Stephen Tulloch got injured from celebrating. He didn't even get hit. He got a nice little sack, went for a discount double take, landed on his leg the wrong way, and ouch, he hurt his thing.
See? So, running down the rest of the list before we dive into them, we got Dennis Pitta from the Baltimore Ravens who hurt his hip. Ike Taylor, Pittsburgh Steelers, broken arm.
Yep.
Ouch.
DeAngelo Hall, Washington football team, ruptured Achilles tendon. And Minnesota Vikings starting quarterback Matt Cassel goes down with a foot injury. I think they said it's a fracture.
Yeah.
So obviously everyone has a list of injuries. This isn't hard to find, but what is hard to find is our opinion on which one of these injuries or which team is affected the most out of these injured players. Who's going to miss their guy the most? Turtle, we'll start. What do you think?
Pitt has been with the Ravens for a long time. For me, I think that's the biggest one. I think that veteran voice will be gone. And if I remember correctly, this hip injury was a non-contact injury. I guess his hip just popped out of place, which he's had hip problems before. That's just wear and tear, man. And if your hip's just popping out of place, that's not good. That's hip replacement, and that's end of career. So I think that his voice alone will be missed on the Ravens. But yeah, that would be the big one because, a lot of them, they're significant injuries, but there's other backups. Matt Cassel's Bridgewater stepped in. Mm-hmm. They're in good hands. And again, I'm not an anti-Matt Cassel, but Teddy Bridgewater stepped up and played a fantastic game.
Sure.
So,
what do you think, Ron?
When I take a look at this list, the one that stands out to me the most is Stephen Tulloch. He's in his, I think, 9th season, right? And Detroit is actually at a place where they've actually got a good season going here, right? Mm-hmm. They've got a chance to actually do something here. And he's, part of a defensive unit that's having some success. I don't think that they can really have the depth to afford losing a guy who's getting in there and getting sacks. I don't know how many sacks he has on the year already, but I know he's got a couple, including the one where he went and hurt himself, unfortunately.
Partying in the paint, man. Going hard in the paint. Partying too much.
Yeah.
To me, it's Matt Cassel.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
You don't think Bridgewater can step in those shoes?
Yeah, it's not even about Bridgewater. It's the Vikings are having a problem right now, okay? And if you look at it from a fan standpoint, there's nobody on the offensive side of the ball to really rally around now. You have no Adrian Peterson. You have no starting quarterback. You have Greg Jennings, who came over from another team. You have Burleson. You have no named person in there to cheer when the offensive side takes the ball. And it's a good thing because it lessens the pressure on Bridgewater, in my opinion, because when a guy gets hurt, it's your job to step up. But it's a bad thing because now the fans are going to be looking for a savior, and the pressure is going to be heaped upon Bridgewater to at least do something. And so I think Matt Cassel's the biggest loss on the PR level and on not so much on the field, but as a team, it's a PR thing.
I was just going to ask that exact question because I feel like on the field, I don't know that it's going to hurt him that much, but you make a really interesting point
Yeah.
Just in terms of fans that have
I just
already
think the
been through so
organization
much.
has already been through a lot right now, and they're kind of in an uproar, and now you lost your face.
No, absolutely. I mean, you make a really good point in that, but we want to know which injury you think was more significant, whether you agree with us, whether you disagree with us. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know. Follow us on all of our social media. We're on all of them. We also have a podcast. Check out the description for all of that, and make sure to subscribe. Tell your mom to subscribe. Tell your greasy-headed granny to subscribe. Tell everybody to subscribe. This is the past. Omaha! Come on. Let's make it big. Don't break your bong either.
Don't kiss her. She's got a mustache.
It's gross. Nasty.
Ow, I hurt my thing.
Fair enough. Well played.
Wow.
Well played.
Greasy-headed grandma?
Yeah, you never heard about greasy-headed grandmas?
Greasy, yeah.
Yeah, it's just nasty.
Damn.
Ew.